Hello everyone. Today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. We are entering the customs arena. And today we're going to be exploring a pet that not a lot of people use in customs, which is the Salmon of Knowledge. I'm very excited about this run. And just a reminder to those viewers who maybe are a bit newer and don't remember what the customs arena is, but essentially it's where you get to build your own pack of pets from whatever pets you own. And you manage and you try to get 10 wins using your unique, building a team from among your unique pack of pets. So if I pause the video and we take a look at my pack, you can see that there are a bunch of pets from across all 5 packs and a bunch of foods that I've chosen as well from across the game. And we're going to try to get a very fun Salmon of Knowledge build here going. And today for this video, I'm trying out a very special beginning strategy or technique that was taught to me by a good friend of mine, Fritz, who's well known in the competitive sap scene. Recently, or somewhat recently, he's been doing some fun blindfolded sap runs, which have been a treat to see him do, not only in Arena, but also in Versus. So the goal of this early strategy is to get a level 3 guinea pig as soon as possible. Now, normally on its own, that wouldn't be so great, but we're going to be trying to get a level 3 guinea pig and then transform it using Water of Youth. Now, this has also been used a little bit early level 3s with Water of Youth, or just with pilling for grounded sap and the sap community chasing level 3 early griffins. Now, the key thing that you want if you try this strategy is to make sure your pack is filled with really good tier 2s, because guinea pig is a tier 2. And just to explain what guinea pig's ability is, it is a pet that when you buy onto it, or when you buy it, it summons another guinea pig, which essentially means that you're able to level it very quickly. And when you get a level 3 very quickly, then transform it using Water of Youth, which transforms one pet into another from the same tier, which is why we have it frozen. That means that we have a chance, when we combine and then transform it, to get a level 3 of any other tier 2 that is in our pack. So I've stacked the pack with a bunch of really good tier 2s, but there's one in particular that I'm looking for this video. And when we transform, we'll see that we actually got it. It is the jellyfish. Now, the jellyfish is a pet with a very interesting history in Super Auto Pets, for those of you newer to the scene. The jellyfish used to be extremely overpowered for several reasons. It is a pet that gains stats based on pets that level around it. So it used to be that it would gain stats for any level up, whether a friend on its team leveled up, an enemy leveled up, or itself leveled up. So it used to be extremely overpowered, partially because when you got it to level 2, it immediately gained +2/+2, which was a very big stat increase, as well as a friend of its from the star pack, the clownfish, meant that, which used to be on tier 3, meant that when you were combining jellyfish and doing all of these level ups, in general, the early level up experience build was pretty overpowered. And so you would see it everywhere in customs, and it got to be one of those pets that you would just get sick of seeing on team after team, because it was also essentially scaling for free, as in general, throughout the game, you want to be leveling up anyway, so it's essentially passive scaling. Now, nowadays, the jellyfish is seen way less often because its ability was changed to only friendly level up, which means when it levels up itself, it doesn't count, or rather, it doesn't get stats. And when an enemy levels up, this is less impactful, but it doesn't get stats from that either. Now, in order to build the best Salmon of Knowledge build, which I'm very excited to bring to you today, we are going to use the jellyfish first to gain stats from our own team leveling up in battle, and then we're going to have other pets around it that manage to take care of the enemy's best units, even if they get the level up bonus from Salmon of Knowledge. I forgot to say at the very beginning what the Salmon of Knowledge's ability is, which since it's so underutilized, I'm sure many of you don't even know what the ability is, but the Salmon of Knowledge at the start of battle gives +2 or +4 or +6 experience to the front 2 pets of either team, or rather front 2 friends on your own team and the front 2 enemies on the opposing team. That means that essentially it's giving a benefit to both teams. The fact that your team knows that it has a Salmon of Knowledge is supposed to help give it a bit of a benefit to your own team, but it's an extremely risky pet to use. And you'll see that in this run, I was not expecting this to go anywhere, but this is such a strong build. It's just going to carry us for 9 wins. But unfortunately, we're down to 1 heart, which means that we can't lose any more time. So now is the time to start getting the build that we're putting around the Salmon of Knowledge into place. And funnily enough, it's a build that you can make yourself, sort of, in the Turtle Pack. This is an OG build, which veterans will certainly be familiar with. It is the level 3 skunk with dolphin strategy. I thought this would be a great way to show off the best Salmon of Knowledge build, because it's a really great use, very, very educational when you're doing a build like this for learning about start of battle ordering. Now, what do I mean by that? Salmon of Knowledge is a pet that has a start of battle ability, as does the skunk, as does the dolphin. The skunk-dolphin synergy here is that the level 3 skunk will lower an enemy pet all the way down to 1 health, and then the dolphin, because it targets the lowest health enemy with its snipe, will target that 1 health enemy, and since the skunk brought down the highest health enemy, it often is the biggest enemy on the team, and so you're taking care of the enemy's biggest unit with a great combo of the level 3 skunk with a leveled up dolphin. Now we're going to try to get multiple level 3 skunks, so we're going to have one naturally, and as you can see, it's taking care of some very scary teams, even summon teams, which this build is not supposed to be so useful against, but the jellyfish is helping out. We still have yet to find a Salmon of Knowledge, but it's going to help greatly in getting our level 2 skunk up to level 3, and also leveling our dolphin. Now, in order for the Salmon of Knowledge to work, it has to have higher attack. Why is that? The way that start of battle ordering works is that it's from highest attack on your team to lowest. And if it's a tie, I believe it's random. I probably should have double checked that before this video. But essentially, you need to it's a very careful balancing act, or positioning act, or ordering act, essentially, where you want the order of operations to happen such that the Salmon of Knowledge first levels up your pets that have started battle in order to do before their abilities activate, and in order to do that, the Salmon of Knowledge needs high attack. In order to do that, we're freezing foods, at least we have 1 food frozen, that'll help us quickly raise the attack of the Salmon of Knowledge, and in the meantime, we're trying to keep the skunk and the dolphin attacks relatively low, so that it's pretty easy for us to quickly raise the Salmon of Knowledge to have higher attack and therefore activate the skunk and the dolphin before their abilities go off. So we've had a level 3 hatching chick, which I hadn't pointed out to this moment, that was helping us level up our pets pretty quickly. And you'll see here that we use Eat Meat Cake, which gives 5 attack. It does decrease the health, but that's okay. And what I love about the Salmon of Knowledge build as well is that in addition to showing off start of battle ordering, where highest attack will go off first, it also shows how some abilities that you think can only be used a certain way can actually be used in multiple ways. So this Salmon of Knowledge I'm positioning at the very front, which you might think means that it will level up itself, but its ability is very carefully worded to say that it will level up the front 2 friends and front 2 enemies, which means that anywhere you put the Salmon of Knowledge, it doesn't matter if it's front, it will actually always buff 2 friends, even if they're not at the very front and itself is at the very front. So in this case, the Salmon of Knowledge actually levels up the skunk and the dolphin. Now, I didn't realize this quite yet, but there's, I think, a possibility here that before we had put this pepper on the skunk, that the Salmon of Knowledge wouldn't have buffed the skunk because they share the same attack. But now that the Salmon of Knowledge is getting a gingerbread, it'll go off first. With giving 4 experience, there is a very key point to the Salmon of Knowledge here giving 4 experience. When something gives 4 experience to another pet, that means that it is guaranteed to level it up if it is below level 3. That's because the biggest jump from a level is level 2 to level 3, which requires 3 experience. Now, the game likes having even-numbered increases, doubling, tripling of a number, so that's why it has a pet like the Salmon of Knowledge give +2 experience, +4 experience, and +6, but essentially you can just think of it as at level 2, no matter what, it will level up another pet to level 3. You can also see here that this is an example of a team that, even though we were leveling up their pets, first of all, their pets had higher attack, but second of all, their pets were already level 3 because this is customs. So actually, half the time, it's not like the Salmon of Knowledge is actually helping their team so much as ours. And you can see that that was an incredible team for us to face because their huge behemoth was taken down very, very easily with our level 3 skunks and a level 3 dolphin to easily take care. Now, you're probably looking at this team and seeing how many bell peppers we have. Well, in the game, they're called peppers. And maybe you're a little bit surprised at that. Well, when you have such a low statted team, pepper is a really great food. For anyone that's not familiar with what a pepper is, maybe I'll take a moment to pause and hover over it. You can see that the pepper helps by, it's an equipment for our pets that says health does not go under 1, removed after taking damage. Essentially what that means is that no matter the snipe, if our pet is hit, it will always live once. That's opposed to the melon. The melon says take 20 less damage once. But what if this dolphin, for example, took 25 or more damage? Then it would die in 1 hit. We want these pets to survive multiple times, just in case a pet was reduced to 1 health but the dolphin didn't manage to kill it. We want to make sure our pets always survive and hit multiple times, except for the jellyfish, which is much more likely to survive with its big stats and melon. But we essentially want bell peppers on everything here. Another fun thing about this pet, something that makes it very strong, or at least makes it, in my opinion, the strongest Salmon of Knowledge build. Again, not many people are using this pet, but it's the fact that jellyfish gets +6 in battle. It gets +3 from the dolphin leveling up, and it gets +3 from the skunk leveling up. You can also do this build just by having a level 3 Salmon of Knowledge and a level 1 skunk and a level 1 dolphin just to show off the power of the Salmon of Knowledge even more. But I did not manage to achieve that in this build. But you can see that we're just tearing through these teams team by team, thanks to the power of the skunk dolphin synergy unlocked by the Salmon of Knowledge here. And here I'm just giving more attack to the Salmon of Knowledge so that, because we don't really care about its health with a bell pepper, we just want really high attack so that it deals high attack twice with this bell pepper. And now we're up against a very scary team, huge stats, but look at how easily our dolphin took care of it and thankfully our jellyfish is going to make it all the way through. And with the skunk surviving, we actually managed to make a huge comeback from 1 heart and 1 trophy all the way up to turn 17. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this was an informational video on maybe a little bit of the history, cool strategy with the level 3 guinea pig and Fountain of Youth food, as well as learning about start of battle ordering. So I hope you have a good rest of your days, and I'm glad you watched the best Salmon of Knowledge build.